other hand.
We're back.
Hey.
Hello. With
We got a new
Larry.
cast member. Larry.
This is Burgundy, my rat.
Wow, your rat looks a lot like a cat.
He's special.
He's a special rat.
I'm on a lot of drugs, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Okay. So now that all of that is done, we should also highlight stats.
I didn't do.
Oh yeah, Evelyn hasn't.
And yes, Evelyn's questions. Thank you for reminding me. Let's do that. I keep somehow forgetting about the crazy poet.
So mine is I need to preface this with my character is a lesbian but sleeps with both men and women as a escort. Just because that's what my questions are about. So my first one is which person is my friend?
Like in quotation marks, or
no,
just like
friend. This one is the nice one. It's just
fucking
like my friend.
right.
I want to say it's Wayne. Like I do feel like our relationship is purely friend.
Is Wayne in the friend zone?
Yeah, Wayne is friend zone. But I don't know if Wayne knows who I am, and like, is that who you want to be with, right? No tea, no shade. But yeah, especially in Apocalypse above all things. So I don't know if you agree with that.
I'm down with that. I think it makes sense. Yeah.
And I think it's nice for our relationship.
Yeah, I think
right.
It's a soft spot for you.
Yeah. But not a hard spot.
But not a hot spot.
So my next one is which one of you is my lover? And this one I do like need to consult Taylor on. Is like logically for me it would be the only other girl. But I can also see me doing that with anyone. But I just don't know if that works with Taylor's story or not.
That's fine with me.
You like to get some fresh action from the fresh out of the steel.
Well, that's what I was also thinking. Like, oh, this guy's never had sex before.
Right? Like this guy's a total virgin from the past.
Hey, I was like 35. I wasn't even. Hey.
I guess my follow-up question would then be, are you looking for like a genuine relationship, or are you okay?
It says lover.
Okay. So I don't think that Anna is very like focused in that way. So maybe your best bet is
Mark Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here comes the next interesting.
And if I was frozen for 50 years, the very first thing I know I would want to do is probably get it on.
It's fair, and I'm an escort who he has lots of like he has extra food in which I can
also imagine how hot that sex would be, right? You wake up in the fucking future, in the apocalypse, right?
Bunch of fucking plants everywhere.
Yeah, plants are everywhere.
Plants are so sexy.
And then some like high poet lays you for the first time in this broken world.
And I don't even know who the fuck I am.
All right, I will
and who you are. That sounds so fucking hot.
For you, for the friend one.
Oh, great, cool.
And that is one for you then, Mark.
I got a +1.
And then the last one is which character is in love with me?
That's I can totally see that, because Anna I think would have like a bit of a tender heart, even though she's does some kind of like weird shit to people and kind of like experiments on stuff, but I think that she's like.
And if you think I'm like the most wrecked person out of this, there is also that like, ooh, maybe I can save her.
Yeah, yeah, that's
you're the sexy person that needs saving, and
that's
so that's actually -1.
Amazing.
We're not Anna.
That makes perfect.
It's rocky territory.
I'm obsessed with it though. I think that sounds sick. Amazing.
That's so cool. All right. So now let's do some highlighting. So let's start with Taylor. Let's start with Anna Carver. Anna Carver. Who knows Anna Carver best?
I got a 3.
That probably means you know her best. So you get to highlight a stat. So the one way we could do this is we could highlight stats now, or if you guys would like, we could decide first kind of where we are, what we're doing, and then highlight stats after. That way we kind of have an idea of what we're getting ourselves into. I think that's probably the better.
I like that.
Okay.
Dad. Sorry, this is so hard for me to say for some reason. Dad bod bot boy says Anna Graves OTP. I love it. One true pairing. Stands for one true pairing. It's like a. I love it.
I had no idea what that acronym was. I was like, oh yeah, totally.
They stan us. They stan us. I love it.
I gotta get
Dad bod.
Team Anna.
Okay, so where we at, y'all? So is this like we're leaving in the night, fill up the bus, everybody knows the plan? Or is this like all of a sudden you guys find some crack in the opening, something happens, and just last minute you decide like, let's do it now. This is the perfect moment.
That sounds cool. What would the crack? Have we finished highlighting everyone's?
No, we're gonna do that after we figure out the.
Oh, sorry.
The idea here is to figure out where we're at and where we're starting, and that way you have some context for highlighting.
Okay, amazing.
Right. Yeah. So okay. So the idea is that something happens in your community. Right, maybe you were waiting for an opportunity, and something happens that gives you this moment for an escape. So, the first question is, what was getting in the way of preventing you from escaping up until this moment, and what changes that gives you the space to do this?
Observers of some kind.
Yeah, I feel like it's watched day and night, right?
And
so the idea is that probably there's like the enforcers, Gregor's enforcers are normally on watch or normally kind of keep strong. I imagine that they probably are one of the few. They're like probably everybody in the community is expected to put away their weapons, or when you enter the community, you check your weapons or something like that. Yeah. And Gregor's bunch are allowed to carry like inside the community. And so they're guarding, and I feel like okay, so it sounds like maybe they're leaving or they go somewhere or something happens. So what happens?
Well, what time is it again? It's like at night, right?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
What if it's just like if they're patrolling, if there's like a break in their formation or something, or we find like.
So I imagine this. You guys are all in the subway, right? Mm-hmm. Inside the thing. So it sounds like they would be guarding underground. They would be guarding the way of exit, right? And it sounds like the way of exit normally would be underwater, right? Because that's what we established, that all the exits leading from the subway to the ground level, like to outside to the choke, are all blocked off and they're covered by the mysonet. Mm-hmm. And so the only way to get out, as we established, you have to swim, right? So the idea here would be probably you guys are not going to be swimming with all your shit. So probably your shit is already outside, or it's on the bus, or you've stored it in some safe location, you've prepared in that way. And this is just like, we need to get all the people into the bus. This is our moment, right? And we need to maybe get our guns, right? Because they're locked away. Mm-hmm. Does that sound right?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a reduction in guards or something, right? That there normally would be more guards guarding this locker where the guns are stored, but there is less there's less guards kicking around. And it sounds like you guys, you just all of a sudden have this moment to make a move. You weren't even planning, like you were planning on doing this some point, but this just hands itself to you. And so it sounds like you're just finding yourself in this situation. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's figure out, I think that what makes sense to me is, you know how like if we go down into the TTC, and for everyone at home, that's Toronto. Actually, we should figure this out before. Yeah. Which city are we in? Like, which city subway system are we in?
Montreal.
Oh,
it's so much better than Toronto's.
Montreal?
We could be anywhere.
It's weird.
I was gonna say just here because we're all familiar.
Okay.
Montreal subway map. I'm googling it. Montreal. Is it bigger?
It could be, guys. It could be Hong Kong. It could be Rio de Janeiro. I don't know if they have a subway system, but it could be Istanbul.
Istanbul is as a large.
I know my good TTCs.
The TTCs in Istanbul, yes.
Istanbul subway? I don't.
Yeah.
No, my mom used to live there.
Or maybe chat. If you guys have any ideas for where you want us to play,
Yeah.
what subway system in the world you want us to be in?
Yes. Do you love your transit
Charlie's
system?
a cultured lady.
Wow, this is a very impressive subway system. Istanbul?
Montreal?
No.
Istanbul is very massive.
Wow. It makes sense. It's a really
This
big
is
city.
stupid. I didn't know what's the population, like 20 million? No, maybe 15.
Cool. I did
Actually,
not think of this at all.
I found best and worst transit system. So Los Angeles system is one of the worst.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't exist. It's like
Moscow's one is supposed to be really good. New York's is supposed to be really bad.
Really?
Singapore's supposed to be really good. Yeah, I don't remember liking New York. So I remember having to wait for like, I forget which train it was, but at night, like it's just like.
Oh, at night, no, it's bad at night.
Yeah, it's bad. Evidently the Tokyo's really bad. I guess because it's really complicated or something.
Hmm.
Greece is supposed to be really good. Athens, which is surprising to me.
Greece has a great climate.
Okay, does that mean you want to play the apocalypse out there?
It's good for plants.
Oh, okay, yeah, I hear you.
Thanks.
So does anyone have an opinion? Does anyone put the mallet down on one of these places, or are we just gonna flip a coin?
I like Greece too.
Greece?
Yeah, I like Greece.
Ta-da!
All right,
There's like water and islands. Famously.
So now,
it makes sense.
the Greek subway system, cool.
Wow.
I shouldn't put Greek subway systems if all of Greece has a subway system. I googled Greek subway system.
Oh, that's exactly what I did. Oops.
Yeah.
Which one am I looking at right now?
Really,
Athens.
we're Athens, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's do it. So we don't know anything about this. So for any Greek viewers at home, please forgive us our bastardization
Our ignorance.
I'm sure your magnificent subway system.
I love Greece.
But we should just pick one. Like there's some cool names here. Let's see if we can. Let me load this up as a bigger screen so I can see it. So we have.
Well, there's one just called Spoiled.
Yeah.
What? Where do you see that? What line is it? Green, blue,
Red.
yellow? Spoiled. Let me see if I
It's
can
1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth from the bottom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The red one, fifth from the bottom. I don't see spoiled. I see Agios Dimitrios.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, what? What am I looking at? I see Kapu is like the first one.
No.
What? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Athens Metro map is what I'm looking at.
Athens,
Oh. I know
What
what's
do you look-
wrong. I'm too embarrassed to say what went wrong. I will let chat speculate if there are any Greek people. They probably know what happened.
The end of the blue line. Kyoto.
There's 2 blue lines.
The end of the dark blue line. Kyoto.
So you want to be way the fuck out in the boonies?
I feel like that would be closest to resources.
I feel like that would be like in the suburbs.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Like usually the ends of the line in any subway
I
system
think that
are like
side of Athens is where the water is, though. Maybe I'm wrong with my Athenian knowledge.
like my instinct would be where all the lines cross would be
Somewhere in the
downtown,
middle, yeah.
right? And my instinct would be that this one Kyoto is like it's like the Mississauga of Athens, you know.
Yeah. Stuck out
Oh,
in
the
Scarborough.
bottom of the map is kind of where we're closest to the water, which is where I'm assuming the island would be.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should be somewhere like in the middle, but towards the bottom.
Syntagma.
Oh yeah.
What about Syngrufix? That sounds kind of neat.
Yeah, I like that.
Or Acropoli.
Yeah, that's a name.
Ooh.
That's got to be the one. Acropoli? Acropoli.
And that's probably by the Acropolis.
That's got to be, right? And that would be a cool ass spot to have an
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Oh, is that the second last one down on the?
Yeah, that totally looks weird. It's like probably
It's
right
like
under
it's
the
right where the red. It's right where the red and light blue line under syntagma.
Okay, yeah.
I'm playing a video game right now that also takes place in Athens. So this is very
I
fun.
I don't know if I know what modern Athens looks like. I'm gonna.
I only know ancient Athens.
Yeah.
Just playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I am
Okay.
playing
So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? Is that I am more than happy to play this out in Athens, but Athens does not look to be like it's all mid-rise, right? This isn't skyscrapers. This is like
Why not
you know this.
Toronto?
No, but we could do it. Like I don't mind changing it. It doesn't have to be skyscrapers. It could totally be Athens, and we could change the setting. But it's up to y'all.
Well, it's very interesting to like have it in coliseums, etc., and have. A lot of that is so overgrown already that it would be easy for it to like not crumble. Also, I think that's interesting. It's definitely the test of time so far.
Totally. And the thing about like I've never been to Athens, but in a lot of other like city architecture in Europe, they often build the buildings so that they have like a courtyard in the middle, so the apartments sort of enclose the space, and so that might make for cool gunfights or just meetings or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's up to y'all. What do you guys think? Do we want to stick with the city, or do we want to go for something like this? Or do we want to say that this Athens is a little bit more in the future and say this Athens has grown?
That's what I was thinking. It's maybe Athens with more skyscrapers.
Athens with more skyscrapers.
Super Athens.
Yeah, super Athens. Okay. Let's do it. I'm down. So we're nailing down Athens. We're saying the Acropolis station. Neato. Okay. So I want to see what this station is like, just to get a Acropolis station Athens, just to get an image in my mind. Okay, so it's like very plain Jane. I feel you. Okay, so this is although the station is maybe under a prestigious area, the station itself is like a rather nondescript station. So that's where we find ourselves in. But it does look pretty big, that being said. And you guys remember track level is all flooded, right? And so normally you guys would go down a flight of stairs to track level, and the stairs would be like half submerged in water, and you would have to basically swim underwater. And in order to I did a little bit of research on subway lines. But one of the things that subways do is they have this problem of pressure. So when you think about a subway moving through a tube, it acts like a piston, basically. It pushes air. And to keep air from like getting sucked and pulled out of stations in a major way, subways are attached to like air vents along the way. So you've probably been on Yonge Street and then heard like a subway go underneath you and walked on an air vent, right? And so probably there's one of these air vents that you guys have to swim to, and you come up to city level. Right. And so there's probably like a ladder that brings you up to city level, and you have this gate that opens up on hinges. You guys probably have something like that. And I imagine somewhere nearby, the bus is parked. I imagine the bus is probably protected. I imagine the bus is probably behind gates or something, because you can't just leave it out. And I imagine that there's maybe guards protecting this stuff at some point. So it sounds like in order to get out of this space, if you want to get out with your weapons, you're going to need to get into this locker, which I probably imagine like being, if you're ever in a subway station, they have these like employees only doorways that lead into, I don't know, probably a change room or a washroom for employees or something like that. Like, let's even call that change room, washroom, right? You change it out of your work clothes, you can use the washroom, whatever. That locker room is where all the weapons are stored away and separated for all the different people, and they're probably even labeled and stuff like that. And so that is guarded. Normally there's probably like, I don't know, 4 guards kicking around at any given point. I'm going to say there's only 2 right now. And also in front of the bus, you guys are not sure how many guards because none of you are out there right now. But normally I would say in front of like the bus area, there's probably 2 guards kicking around as well. And these, when I say guards, I don't mean just like some dude randomly. I mean like wearing full armor, carrying like serious guns, guards, right? No fucking around. Cool. So you guys, just to set the scene, to give you an idea of the space you're in, I imagine this being sort of a long white space with glossy, like heavily polished from what people walking over, sort of stone tile floors. I imagine sort of like a rounded sort of ceiling, right? I think uh, I think the lights work. I think that the electricity has been rigged in such a way that these low energy like LEDs or something have been strung up everywhere. I actually think that's probably something like LED Christmas lights. Like I don't think the original lights were working. I think probably like rather warm LED Christmas lights have been hung like in a strewn about in this whole place, and so it's bathed in this warm underground light. And I think we've sort of established that there's no privacy, right? That sort of people live in this all together. There's tents and things like that, but there's no real privacy. So I imagine that around this guard locker, I don't think guards like having people around it. So I think probably because you don't it's like it'd be really unguard like to have people living right beside the guard room, right? So probably there's like 50 feet at least away from this door. You're not allowed to live or loiter, and the guards try to keep this area clear, right? And so there's no like easy way to sneak up on them or something, right? It's just like door in a nondescript wall, 50 yard radius around them. I think there's like a few ways into the subway system. So there's probably, if you look one way down the hallway, there's probably a staircase leading what would normally lead up, but in this situation it's locked, it's barred off, and it has the what do we end up calling it, lush growing on it. Same thing in the other direction, barred off. It probably is another hallway that breaks off somewhere, lush growing on it. And then on this station, on this floor, there is I imagine the central booth where there's like a person that would normally talk to you. No one's allowed in there. That's locked off. That's for like the higher ups. And then there would be all those like automatic gates that you scan your card and you walk through, right? And then other than that, it's just filled with tents and like little areas that people have made for each other, and all with this like warm lighting, different kinds of LED warm lighting all up on the ceiling. And so I think you hear the background din of conversations and laughs, and what 100 people or hundreds of people, let's say, sharing one sort of big space. It's probably quite humid, I imagine. Like you're all dripping and kind of soaked. You're always sort of moist, right? You all have gas masks with you, right? Or whatever your version of the gas mask is. So you probably carry it around on your person because this is like a precious item. So I think you have it on your back or something like that. So that's the scene, just so you guys to have an idea of what the space you're working in. So what does this look like? How are we attacking? How are we getting at this thing? Who's leading the charge?
Are we gonna highlight first?
So that's a good point. But let's figure out maybe what that looks like what the plan is, and then we'll highlight.
Cool.
Okay. So I kind of had an idea that maybe I was called in because someone, like the guard, had become infected, and so I came in knowing that this was going to happen, but it was like very like I had to come in and start doing like the rinse that they do. And so I also, because I have an infirmary, and that comes with 2 crew members. And so I have my 2 crew who are like my cousins from the clinic. I think I have one of them to like assist me and the other one to kind of go and like alert the rest of the members.
So I want to jump in here. So okay. Your cousins from the clinic, these are from the old, because I feel like if you're going to the new community, and it sounds like you're abandoning the carvers, right?
Yes.
So these people are abandoning the carvers with you, or are these people going to end up being loyal to the carvers?
Ooh, I was imagining that they were.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was imagining that they were like abandoning with me.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, then that makes sense. Makes sense that you, So you have an infirmary here, and then we'll say that you have an infirmary in the new place that you're going to as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so they came with me, and then I sent them off to go and alert the others that it's go time. As I like sabotage this guard, like I make him go unconscious.
Right. Yeah. So I think probably what happens here is you have you claim, or is this person actually infected, or are you just claiming that they're infected?
I think it. Ooh. I first imagined that I was just being called to the scene, and I was like, "Oh, that's the guard. That's Guard Jones who does the thing at this time. He should be on duty." And like, I kind of have an idea because I'm the regular carver for this station, or one of the regular ones, who he is, and so I'm able to be like, "Okay, it's go time. This is the moment we were waiting for."
Right.
This guy got infected.
Yeah, and I think probably the reason there's less guards kicking around is that maybe a few guards have shown up because they're maybe also worried about being infected, or they're in the same situation with him. Like maybe they were all with their masks off for whatever reason, and they want to get a checkup or something like that with you.
Yes, yeah.
So they're all in this space. But the way you've set this up, it sounds like you're not going to be in the scene when they're raiding this locker. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's fine. I can be like the distraction behind the scenes.
Right.
Like I'm keeping the guards, I'm treating them, I'm trying to keep them in one spot.
Right. So when they hear something, you're going to be like, oh, no, just pay attention here.
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. And so what about the rest of you?
I'm not sure if I'm leading anything myself.
Right.
I'm still kind of new. I'm not sure if I know my way around even really right now.
Right. Yeah. That totally makes sense.
In comparison to other people.
Neophyte. Yeah, he's not going to lead a war. He just got out of stasis.
So like I'll fight, but I don't know if I know how.
But it's so funny because then the only two choices left are the coked out poet and the friendly bus driver.
Well, I definitely feel like Graves knows the place, backyard kind of thing, but that's all she could offer via leading. So
plus you're sexy, right?
Yeah, I'm a distraction.
Right. So
also,
so
thank you.
Maybe this approach is not like bust in and break faces. Maybe this is like a ninja our way in, or like talk our way in.
Ninjas are sexy.
Well, if you get to see them.
Oh, true.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. So that's where we're going to start at. So now, knowing that that's where we're starting, let's talk about our highlights.
Okay.
So, we were the first person was who knows Anna Carver the best, and I think we know that it is Mark Anderson. So, Mark Anderson, what do you want to highlight for Anna Carver, knowing the situation she's in?
I want to say act under pressure.
Right. So you're gonna highlight her hot.
Yeah. Or her hot for act under pressure.
Cool. I think.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Sorry, act under fire. Yes.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Literally cool. Okay.
Cool.
And I'm gonna highlight your hot.
Okay.
Neato. Okay, so let's keep going. Anderson, Mark Anderson. Who knows you best? Who knows Mark Anderson best?
Who knows me?
I have a 1, so me?
Yeah, I think that's everyone else is negative.
True. Okay, I'm gonna highlight his sharp.
Cool. And that's right. I don't know what you're saying. And I'm the one who has to do something. I am going to highlight hard. I want to see fucking Anderson maul some face in the post-apocalypse. Or in the apocalypse, I guess. Cool. Who knows our friendly bus driver, Wayne Carson, the best?
I have a 3.
I feel like Wayne Carson has to have like a nickname. Like with a character like that, like no one's calling you.
Oh,
I guess
true.
They call me Winnie.
Firebush.
Firebush.
Winnie. Okay, I like Winnie. I like that.
Absolutely
Winnie.
not. His hair's not.
Who knows Winnie the best?
Me. I have a 3.
Okay, so what do you highlight for Winnie? What's your main style? Like, what do you drive cars with? Is it cool or what is it with? Like,
I mean, well, okay, I wasn't able to find the Road War.
Right, yeah, that's because it's not anything. But forget about Road Wars. Just tell me what your moves ask you to roll.
He has a cool and a hard.
No, I don't. That's no. Okay,
Oh,
so yeah, I have a cool. So that's the only thing. So it's like reputation. So when I meet someone important, I roll, and if I roll high, they've heard of me, and I get to decide what they've heard about me, kind of a thing.
Right.
And
Okay,
that's
cool.
the interaction. Yeah.
Okay,
But
I will.
The other one doesn't require you to roll every anything. So yeah, it's my other car is a tank. So I have another vehicle. And
cool.
It's a war machine.
Amazing.
Cool. Let's save that for on screen. I want to see that on screen.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna highlight for Winnie?
Cool.
Cool.
Also, super quickly, what did you highlight for me again, Anna?
You're cool as well.
My cool? Okay, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. Sorry.
And I'm just gonna actually double check the Road War moves just in case they matter.
Yeah.
And cool. Okay, so I think these are mostly great. So you highlighted your cool's highlighted already, Winnie. Great. So I'm gonna highlight your sharp, I think.
Nice. Okay.
Very, very cool. Okay, so let's see how this goes. This will be our. Oh, I did it!
Yeah,
It's 'cause
Janice.
I'm quiet this game. I mean,
Janice.
so quiet.
Yeah, you're being. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, or maybe I'm just this game. How about that?
I'm also going to jump in super quick. I'm so sorry. I did it wrong, Mark Anderson. I highlighted your sharp, not your cool.
Then I was wrong originally.
Okay.
Continue.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. My apologies. Graves. How could I forget? So, who knows Graves best?
Not you. Yeah, it's you. It's you. It's definitely you.
I've got a 2 with her. Yeah.
Just spit everywhere. You crack me up. Nothing like spitting in front of everyone.
Yeah. I'll highlight your hot.
You.
Just make sense, man.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm gonna highlight your hard.
My -1 hard.
Yeah, let's see you be sucky.
I have all these knives.
Yeah, and they're
So
good for
many?
nothing. All right, let's bang this out. We ain't got much time.
Okay.
So, I think probably what you guys find is Mark Anderson. We find Graves, and we find Winnie. You guys are probably sort of at the edge of this little tent area, like the very edge, like 50 feet away from the store. I think where there's normally 2 heavily armed guards, I see only 1 heavily armed guards. One of them got pulled away. Somehow, we don't know how, it doesn't really matter. Anna Carver has given you the sign. This is our moment. This is our escape moment. I think probably you guys have signaled everybody in the community that you're taking with you, which is like 50 to 100 people, something like this, right? Which is a fuck ton of people spreading it out, right? So there's like a mass exodus, right? This is probably a community of like, I'm going to say 300 people. So you're taking like a third of the people with you to start this new community. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Wow.
Right? So how does this look like? What are you gonna do to get into this thing? How are you gonna get everyone's guns and weapons and stuff like that?
And there's still 1 guard.
There's just one, right? Just
I
one.
would like to distract the guard.
Okay, great. So we see on camera Graves.
I have a move to distract the guard, in fact.
Oh, okay. Also, this door is almost certainly locked.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
She's ready.
So I'm gonna walk up to the guard. I'm gonna use my new move, hypnotic. I'm alone. Like the others are in their tent, right? So it's just me and the guard, right?
Yeah, like we've established that there's like a 50-foot radius. Nobody here is ever like alone, so to speak. But we've established that there's a 50-foot radius, so you're as alone as you can be in space, basically.
And I'm gonna say, hi, I've been having really bad nightmares, and I would just feel so much more comfortable if I had a knife or a gun or something just to tuck under my pillow. And I'm gonna use hypnotic on him, and I'm gonna get the knife the keys from him.
Right. Okay. So it sounds like this is somebody that you've slept with before, and it makes sense, right? He's probably been up.
He's a high level guard.
Yeah, he's like, he has a high level position, right? Guarding all the weapons, right? They don't leave this to just anybody. And we've established that you rub elbows with these higher ups.
Mm-hmm.
So you are what's the name of this move? Hypnotic. Right. So when you have the time and solitude with someone, they become fixated upon you. Roll plus hot. So yeah, I think like there's an exchange. Maybe we get to see like from the perspective of Anderson, and from Winnie's perspective. Like we see you walk up, and then we see this talking happening or whatever, and you guys are looking at each other like, "What the fuck is she doing?" Right? Probably. And then the camera moves back to you, and we hear you saying these things, right? And so you've had some time with this guard. So let's make your roll, and let's see how this guard reacts.
I think I set everything up so it should work here.
So
I get everything I want, baby.
That is very high. That is very good. So on a 10 plus, spend 3. So you can spend your hold. This person must meet me. This person must have my services. This person loves me.
I know that's artful and gracious. This is hypnotic.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. So what are the 3 that you're going to?
He's gonna give me something I want, the keys.
Okay.
He will do something I tell him, and I want him to go and watch like another area, acting as my eyes and ears.
Okay. Give him something you want. Keys, right? Acting as your eyes and ears. Okay. So you get another one.
And doing something I tell him, which is going away.
And you want him to go away.
Yeah. I want him to go away and like watch another entrance.
Right. Okay. So I want to know, what do you say to this guy that makes him do all these things, right? He's a guard guarding weapons, and he's like a professional, right? So what is it that you say or do to this person that makes him give him his keys, right? Yeah. He goes away and he acts on your behalf for like as your eyes and ears. So it sounds like he's helping you or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just been scared, and I've heard noises coming from the other hall. So if you could go and check that out, and let me just grab your keys, and then once I'm all cuddled back in bed and feeling better, you could maybe join me.
Yeah, and I think he like takes the keys off his neck, and he like caresses. Maybe he like plays with you a little bit. He puts them out in the, and to give you an idea, this is like a beefy dude wearing, I imagine, like a leather jacket. He's probably got like heavy armor on. He's got stubble, right? Maybe like a big, thick handlebar mustache. And so he takes the keys out and about to put them in your hand, and then he pulls back playfully, and he's just like, yeah. And he gives you like this like lascivious sort of disgusting, like sex face, like, we're gonna have sex, yes, this is amazing face. and then he says, whatever you say, kitten, and he winks at you,
and I go, purr.
Yeah, and he gives you the things, and then I think it's like, as a kind of a funny joke, because right now he's in this mood like, yes, I'm getting some, so he like saunters but like has a little booty walk.
I give him a little smack.
Yeah, and he's just like, ooh, and he walks away, and he kind of turns around coyly and looks over his shoulder at you, and goes exactly where you say. So when you get the keys and he saunters far enough away, what do you do to let everybody know this is the moment where it's on?
I stand there and I go like this.
Right. The signal is everybody.
But my arms are up. You just can't see them. They're like up above me.
Right. Okay. So
understanding.
amazing. So what do we see? I'm gonna let you guys describe this. What happens? What happens to all the 100 people that you're? Do they all just get up at the same time? What have you decided is the thing to do to get in this thing? And like everybody else in the community is going to notice, because 100 people don't just go and get their guns. Or is it that 70 of them are just like kind of gonna make a run for it for the thing, and 30 are just gonna carry the guns? Or how does this look like? What happens?
Okay, I think number one, when she makes the signal, I turn over to Anderson and I say, well, shit, I would have just slugged the guard in the face. And then I think Winnie whistles and he goes, and then everybody comes up from
all at once.
All right, and we just fucking go, hey?
Yeah.
Is this just like a bum rush? Like open the door, bum rush the fucking thing, grab as many fucking, just fill your pants with guns, and then
hightail it out.
I like to say maybe it's a little more organized. I don't know. Like maybe there's people that
there wasn't time to be organized, right? This is we established that this was.
Is there like certain people maybe who are grabbing the guns and certain people who aren't?
Yeah, like maybe some people have bags, like they've got
everyone has
go bags.
So we have like 15 looters with like big bags or more, maybe 30, I guess.
Right.
How many people are running out again? A lot.
100.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we got 30 people grabbing
and shit like that. This isn't just like anybody, right? It's like the children get little baby gas masks on, or like some equivalent of it, right? We'll decide what that is later, right? Children, women, people grab their vitamins. People grab they have their little day packs for I'm going outside and I need to survive till we get to this other colony, right? And somebody's just like in a fucking grocery store in the post-apocalypse, just filling their bag with guns, right? Or like several of you, and 200 colonists are like, what the fuck is going on, right? Because there's no way that 1/3 of all people just book it are not going to get noticed, right? And so, what is? I want to know what Wayne Carson and what Mark Anderson are doing, and actually, I want to know also what Graves is doing at this point. Yeah, tell us.
Oh man.
I think I might be trying to usher people all in the same direction, because I feel like there'd be a bunch of stragglers running in the wrong direction. There's 100 people just kind of sprinting, trying to organize everyone, like getting them to go and following up behind them, maybe.
So it sounds like Wayne Carson is sorry, not Wayne Carson. I got the names mixed up. Sounds like Mark Anderson is like telling the family, the children, all the non-gun grabbers, like go, pointing them to the right subway exit, and sort of reminding people where they need to go, like this way, whatever. Keep in mind though that once they get to the surface, you guys are going to have to get at this bus, but by then you're going to have a ton of guns, so it might not be an issue. Cool. So what is Winnie doing? What's Winnie up to?
Yeah, I think okay, so you're saying the whole thing right now is that there's 100 people grabbing guns and there's 200 people watching it happen, being like, what the hell's going on, right?
Well, so what I'm saying is that 100 people are leaving, 200 people are being like, why are 100 people suddenly leaving?
Right.
Some small proportion, I don't know, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 15 people have like big bags who are going to be loading the bags with guns. They haven't done that yet, and that's going to matter for when I cut to Taylor and we get to see what Anna Carver does.
Right.
But they're on their way, or like it depends. Like you're directing it, you're setting the scene. So what have you decided is the plan?
Yeah, I think so. We're getting this locker opened and stuff, and I think at that moment Wayne turns around and he says, "No need to worry, folks. Grecker has this special mission plan for us tonight. It is a big day for the station, everyone. No need to worry. We've got guards up on the roof right now, ready to get in the bus, and we're going to be coming back with some rewards that I think you all are going to really love reaping. So,
So you're letting your face off to these people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's definitely a role here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this
so that'll
is
be
this is certainly manipulate. So this is a hot
manipulate.
role.
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
100%. You're
Okay.
trying to manipulate, like, I don't know, 30 or 40 people who can hear you near the front of this tent line, about what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get you to roll a hot here.
No, perfect. Okay. Holy shit! All right. No. Oh, that sucks.
Well, that is bad.
That sucks so bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So on a miss, either NPC or PC. On a miss for either NPC or PC, be prepared for the worst. So yeah, I think you're like, don't worry, folks. Like, all this is whatever. And then I think, of course,
Can I help?
yeah.
I wrote a poem that Grave recites to inspire the people.
Or no, or you could, like, you're there, right? So you could do this.
Yeah, no, like Graves wrote this poem to inspire everyone.
So yeah,
she recites it to them.
So he's saying this stuff. People are getting riled up because they don't believe him. Graves takes a step forward, right? Set the scene for us. How does this look like?
She steps. Everyone knows who she is, and she kind of like puts a little hand, and she goes, "While we hurry through the night, we pray this stays our final fight. Freedom's just a current away, with loads on roads to a new day."
Right. Okay. Let's see what effect this has.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Bro, and that is
Roll your history with him.
No, it's loading. It's loading. I don't know. It's not loading. Damn it. Okay, and that is you're winning.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's loading.
It's okay. Let's do our loading dance for everyone at home. Doesn't get bored. Loading. It's loading. Let it load. This is really taking a fucking long time.
I don't know why it's doing it.
Is it Roll20 that's doing it, or is it like?
It's just working fine. Okay.
Sometimes this happens with Roll20. We might just need real.
There's an advertisement on it right now.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Here it comes.
Oh.
Is it? We're loading. Loading. Hey!
Yeah. Dude.
10.
Yeah.
You fucking killed it. So you add 2 to his. So he was at a 6. Now he's at an 8. That bumps it up to a success. So important. So I think probably one person in the crowd, like when Winnie starts talking, he like makes eyes with somebody else, like get the fuck out of the tent or like come up, whatever. And you see 2 people like get up and they're about to yell something, right? And then Graves steps forward and gives this wonderful poem. And I think that they're just like, well, this, you get the impression that they're like, this is so weird. I don't even know what to make of this anymore. Like, we had an opinion, and whatever that opinion was just dissolves because Graves has injected poetry in this situation. So they kind of look at each other and they're like, yeah, maybe this isn't the thing that we thought it was. And sort of they kind of like, they're still super curious, so they haven't given up, but they're not violent anymore. So they sort of sit down. So so basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to manipulate these people, if I'm trying to understand, to not like try to get in your way, right?
Yeah, or like panic or run to a guard or something. Like, yeah.
Right.
It's like, don't worry, this is a mission that we're going on for the community. Like, no need to feel like, yes.
Right. So you want them to be chill is what you want them to do,
yeah.
Right? Right. Okay. On a 7 to 9, they'll go with you, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. Right. So that's what's going to happen. So they're going to be like, yeah, I think those 3 guys that I came out of the thing, and they walk up to you, Winnie, and they kind of like crack their knuckles menacingly, and they're like, yeah, what about? We never heard about this mission. What mission is this?
All right.
And I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give you a second to think about this.
Okay.
And we're gonna cut to Taylor. We're gonna cut to Anna Carver. Anna Carver, we find yourself in your infirmary. What does it look like?
It's as clean as I can get it. It's like a janitor's closet essentially. With as many lights like those string Christmas lights that are hung up everywhere.
Right. Like super dense. It's really bright.
Yes. And I have a gurney. We have a gurney in there, and then a bunch of shelves with different bottles and jars and rolls of like fabric and things that I use for bandages, and just like a desk.
Right. Okay. And you have your two workers there in there with you?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, it's me and one other. The other one has gone to alert our friends.
Right. Okay. So you and your one worker. What is this person's name?
This one is Liv.
Liv?
Yeah. Just Liv.
Just Liv. Okay. Cool. And this is a male, female? Is this
yes, my 26-year-old cousin, female.
26-year-old cousin.
Yeah,
so now,
she's great.
Is this literally your cousin, or is this like your brother or sister, like from the Carvers?
Yeah, from the Carvers, like cousin, like
right.
Yeah.
So it's like cousin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna establish that you have one guy yelling, lying down on this gurney. I think that probably normally for this kind of thing, the protocol is that you strap everyone down because some people really resist. Like they get scared because they're worried their face is going to be taken off, because I think Grecker, right, is like pretty serious things. I also think there's one guard sort of like sitting as if you would be in a waiting room, like sitting on a chair outside in the hallway, like waiting for their turn or whatever. Two guards actually, because I've established two. And then I think through the doorway you hear a commotion, like you hear like, hey, what's that? Like, what's going on? You know, like that kind of thing down the hallway, right? And then you know what's going on. So what do you do?
I'm strapping in the one guard, and I turn to Liv and I say, could you please complete this? I just have to speak to the other guard for a moment. She takes over, and I walk out with my clipboard, open the door, and say, Mr. Jones, could you please come in? I have to speak with you about a matter.
So there's two guards out there.
Yeah.
And the one you're addressing, Mr. Jones,
yeah,
he's currently in a conversation with the other guard, and they're very distracted. He doesn't hear you, and they're having an exchange. You can't really hear it. It's kind of whispered tones, but you can get from the tone that they're sort of worried about what's going on, and they're deciding what they want to do.
Okay. I'm going to address both of them. Excuse me, I don't think you heard me. I have a very important matter to address about your diagnosis.
Right. And yeah, and they turn to you and they're like, what's your status here? Is your status here like I'm important?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So they're like, so they probably address you as I feel like it would be something formal, like Carver. Oh, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
So for now, we'll just, they'll kind of address you. They'll say, "Sorry, Miss Carver. I believe we have something else to attend to. Unfortunately, I think we have to leave."
No. We can't have you leaving the vicinity. You need to be quarantined at this moment.
Yeah, and I think they say like, "I'm sorry. I think this is more important, Miss Carver. Grecker wouldn't like this."
I think Grecker would like it less if you spread your infection to the rest of the population because you've tested positive.
And they're like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see it. That's a good excuse, right?" So I'm gonna get you to seduce or manipulate here.
Okay, I'm going to.
It sounds like what you're saying. It sounds like what you want them to do is stay here, or like come with you inside this infirmary, right? Is that what you want them to do?
Yeah.
And the reason you're giving them is you have this shit and you can't spread it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes 100% sense. So let's have you roll.
Okay, I'm doing. Okay, seduce or manipulate. Okay. Did it work?
Is Roll20 bugging out again?
Maybe.
Are we doing a roll dance again?
We're doing our buffering dance. I'm just gonna refresh the page.
Roll20, fuck you. Why are you doing this right now?
So rude. That's not
This is
very
so rude.
nice.
Yeah, let's see if I roll if that's gonna change anything. Or if that's just gonna clog the pipes. Oh, mine worked right away.
Jeez Louise.
So anyways, let's just use mine. It was 9. What do you add to that?
I add to that 0.
0. So
oh
that's
wait,
still
no,
good.
it's been highlighted, so I get 1 plus 1, right?
No, plus
No.
you get experience because you roll. Yeah, but you
You're
don't
right.
get plus 1. But 9 means on a 7 to 9 they'll go along with you, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. So I think so. Yeah, the guy you were talking to, I think you called him Mr. Jones, right?
Yeah.
And he says, he's like, oh, I feel perfectly fine. What makes you think that?
You were the one who came here concerned about your mask being compromised.
Yeah, as a
I've run the
safety-
test.
Yeah, and he's like, can I see them?
Please. And I hand him my clipboard where I've forged a positive test.
Right, and so you haven't had any time to do this thing, right?
Well, no, I'm like ready. I'm like, I know that this is going
so
down
you
today.
had this
So
set
while,
up. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, that makes sense, right? So you have these like phony papers, right?
Yeah.
And you hand it to him, and he kind of looks at them, like pretending like he understands, and then he like looks back, and his partner looks back, and they're like, okay, yeah, sure. You know, they're kind of torn, but they say, okay, fine, and then they stand up to follow you.
Okay. I
And
bring
then
them
just
into
as
the room.
they do, you hear Morgan like, what's going on? Like, yeah, I think maybe we might end today's session right there on a little cliffhanger about what's gonna happen when 100 people try to grab guns and swim underwater and escape in a yellow school bus driven by a man that I would never let me drive me in a school bus.
We microdose together.
Amazing. Okay, so let's sign out, guys. Let's start with Taylor. Where are you? What do you do? Where should people find you? Why should people find you? Tell us, Taylor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Taylor. You can find me at my personal account at Taylor Robin on Instagram. I also am a vegan content creator and YouTuber. You can find us at Vegan Yums with 3 S's. Looks like this. You can check us out there if you like vegan things.
Yeah, or if you don't, but just want to see cool people talking about vegan food.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. Kieran, who are you? Why should people follow you? What are they going to get when they follow you?
They won't get much. My personal account on Instagram is Kieran Edward. That's what I will give out. I'm trying to use it more. So far, I've posted 2 pictures in the last
It should
few
be
years.
down at the bottom for everybody. Cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Amazing. Follow him. Gaze at his pictures.
Gaze at my 2 pictures.
Yeah, amazing.
There'll be more in a few weeks, maybe 1.
Okay, Eldron. Let's go with the head of Eldron.
That's me. You can find me at Filbert_Long. That's my personal page. I'm hot on there. And then my band is at Body Double. And we're actually releasing a EP in 2 days. So
woof. Get out of town with that. Oh,
crazy shit.
Larry is very excited.
I'm just snuggling him and he doesn't want to be snuggled.
Yeah, snuggling is a word that I wouldn't use for what you're doing to that guy.
He came to me. Anyway, you.
Yep. I'm Andrew. I'm an actor, singer, musician. You can find
What
me.
an actor. Jeez, you really brought it hard today.
What's that?
I said, you brought it hard today, bro. You're like,
I'm fucking
I would
right.
fucking hire you. I would hire you.
I'm happy to do this.
He is currently unrepresented. So if you're a talent agent.
Hey, fair. You can find me on Instagram at the Elder Bridge, or you can follow me on TikTok at Bass Himbo for some weekly bass solos and videos.
Snap. What a multi-talented individual.
He really is. He's amazing.
Right. And dance moves on a couch. No less.
Wow.
My name is Janus Petrikov. I am absent from the internet, but I have located some real estate on the internet that I have separated from the rest of the internet to show eventual things, but currently there is no things. Look forward to that. You will find my location right here. There it is. Follow it. Promise you at some point there will be something there. I can't promise you it's cool. I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully Taylor one day will show me how she's so mystical on the internet, and I can glean some cool things from her. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time. Stay tuned for next week when we learn how these hundreds of people get out of this badass place without dying in a horrible mess. Peace.